Guys, it's your boy John Liquidator coming back with another video. Look like Team USA is forcing Caitlin Clark to change her infamous 22 number to a new one. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. Everybody's having a great day today. Happy Thanksgiving. Eat lots of food and definitely be safe and spend time with your family. I don't know how many videos is going to come out the pipeline today. We're spending a lot of time with my family that I don't get to see very often. Thanksgiving is
USA Basketball just dropped a bombshell that sent absolute shockwaves ripping to the entire sports world. And you're not going to believe the reason why. They are forcing Caitlin Clark, the undeniable, undisputed face of women's basketball right now, to abandon her iconic number. Let's be clear, this isn't just a simple number change. This is a statement. It's being seen as a blatant, almost calculated act of disrespect that has fans, analysts, and everyone in between seriously questioning the true intentions behind the organization's shocking action. We're talking about the star who single-handedly brought millions of new eyes to the game, now being told that her most recognizable symbol, the very number on her back, must be left behind. It's a move many are calling a deliberate slight, a slap in the face, especially when you consider her meteoric rise and the unparalleled impact she is having on the sport.
Bigger than Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark's name has definitely took the world by storm in these last recent days, dealing with this Team USA situation, because we ultimately know she was snubbed from the cover of Team USA. And not only is they snubbing her, the disrespect is continuing because it's looking like Team USA is forcing Caitlin Clark to change her number. Now, this article has come out early this morning about the matter, so this could be the first time you guys is hearing about this. But let's blow it up and let's dive right into the story, man. It states Caitlin Clark Team USA number change turns heads.
And get this, the bombshell was officially dropped just ahead of Team USA's critical training camp down in North Carolina, a crucial gathering scheduled from December 12th through the 4th. This camp was supposed to be a celebration, a showcase of the absolute best talent in the world, featuring other megastars like the legendary Stephanie White, Ozza Wilson, and Jewel Lloyd. Instead, it instantly became the stage for this unprecedented and frankly bizarre controversy. Reports started surfacing early in the morning revealing this shocking mandate that would effectively strip Clark of the number that has become completely synonymous with her historic record-shattering college career and her earning dominance in the WNBA. The timing of this decision is what makes it even more baffling. It comes just as her fame is exploding on a global scale, which only serves to amplify the outrage felt by a legion of her dedicated and rapidly growing supporters.
Change her number. Now, this article has come out early this morning about the matter, so this could be the first time you guys is hearing about this. But let's blow it up and let's dive right into the story, man. It states Caitlin Clark Team USA number change turns heads. Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark will be wearing a foreign number the next time she competes on a basketball court. Hold up, wait a minute. Now, we know the 2026 basketball season is up in the air, which that's a whole nother video too that we have to discuss, because the CBA agreement is down to like 3-4 days.
Make absolutely no mistake about it, Caitlin Clark's number 22 isn't just some random jersey number. It is, without a single shred of a doubt, the single most recognizable number in all of women's sports right now, period. There is no debate, there is no valid argument that can be made against this undeniable act. From her mind-blowing, record-shattering performances at the University of Iowa to her explosive, record-breaking WNBA debut, the number 22 has become a completely inseparable part of her identity. It's a beacon, a symbol that fans instantly recognize from the nosebleed seats in arenas and on television screens all around the world to so many people who follow her. It's not just a number on a jersey. It is a legacy in the making.
Is up in the air, which that's a whole nother video too that we have to discuss, because the CBA agreement is down to like 3-4 days, man. I believe it's at the end of the month. And I don't believe they're going to settle for another extension. I believe that the ladies, is from what I'm hearing, is tired of this whole negotiations stuff, and they're ready for this lockout. Now, I was one of the people that was on board telling y'all, man, I don't believe It's going to be a lockout. I'm here to tell you I'm changing my whole wavelength of thinking. I'm changing everything about that whole process of thinking because I believe it's definitely going to be a lockout. Ain't no way around it. Ain't no shake.
Her entire brand, the compelling narrative of her journey, and her incredible story are all intrinsically and powerfully linked to that number. It embodies the audacious long-range three-pointers, the almost psychic court vision, and the sheer unyielding with a win that has captivated a massive audience that stretches far beyond a traditional basketball fan base. She has literally become synonymous with the number 22 in the exact same way that Michael Jordan is forever linked with 23, or the great Wayne Gretzky is with. To demand a change at this point in her career feels like a deliberate attempt to dilute that incredibly powerful connection she's built. A perplexing and head-scratching move that leaves absolutely everyone wondering what could possibly be the motivation.
Ain't no way around it. Ain't no shaking it. I believe the owners is being very, very disrespectful to the women. They definitely deserve $1 million contract. Now, do they deserve 5-10? I don't believe so, but 1.1 to 2 million, yes, they deserve that, bro. We all can agree on that. I've never been one to say that the women don't deserve their money because they definitely do. Now, goes on to say, there's a case to be made that Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark, number 22, is the most recognizable number in women's sports right now. There is no argument to be made. There's no case to be made. Caitlin Clark, number 22.
And here's what's even more frustrating for her fans. This isn't the first time that USA basketball has seemingly undervalued Caitlin Clark's unprecedented influence on the game. You might remember that earlier this year, she was conspicuously, almost shockingly snubbed from the cover of the USA basketball team. This was a glaring omission that baffled onlookers, especially given her undeniable global appeal and the massive television viewership numbers she consistently commands. This emerging pattern of either overlooking or actively undermining her rising star status continues to fuel intense speculation that there is a deeper, more complicated agenda at play here. Perhaps a resistance within the organization to fully embracing the revolutionary game share that she so clearly represents.
Goes on to say, there's a case to be made that Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark, number 22, is the most recognizable number in women's sports right now. There is no argument to be made. There's no case to be made. Caitlin Clark, number 22, is the most recognizable number for any woman athlete in the world. As of today, there's no number in women's sports that can come close, remotely close to the notoriety of Caitlin number. Instead, this is largely owed to Caitlin Clark being arguably the biggest star in women's sports.
So, what number will she be wearing? The official word is that Caitlin Clark will be wearing number 17 for the upcoming USA training camp. 17. Now, while it's just an arbitrary number on its own, its real significance lies in the fact that it is absolutely not number. This forced alteration, especially when you juxtapose it with the immense brand recognition she brings to the table, sparks a whole myriad of questions. You have to ask, is this a deliberate attempt by the organization to assert its control to show who's bought? Or is it simply a tone-deaf out-of-Fouch decision that completely fails to grasp the cultural impact of her established brand? Either way you slice it, the message being sent to Clark and her fans feels uncomfortably clear.
She's been really quiet. We haven't really been hearing a lot out of the Cheryl Suits department. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but I've been noticing that, bro. We have not been hearing a lot from the Cheryl Suits department. Now, it says the fact that Clark and Wilson wear the same number in the All-Star game caught attention, if only because there was one question about how they shared the number, and the number will be highly. Caitlin Clark suffered a growing injury. Oh, yeah, Caitlin Clark didn't play in the All-Star. How was they going to...
What makes this entire situation even more perplexing and frankly completely infuriating for so many of her supporters is the stunning revelation that no one, and I mean absolutely no one on the USA basketball training camp roster, will be wearing number 20. Let that sink in. It's not like the number was already claimed by a long-standing veteran player or a highly respected star with an unbreakable claim to it. The number is simply being left empty and used and available. This single detail completely transforms the incident. It goes from being a potential roster conflict or a simple logistical headache into what feels like an overt, undeniable act of perceived marginalization against the most impactful and popular player of her entire generation.
Moving on to another story, I found this to be very, very interesting. So, rapper, legend, Lil Wayne, man, to give y'all some content here. Let's listen to what he said about Caitlyn.
I don't be hearing so much, so I'm gonna say something. Have y'all know anything about Caitlyn Clark? Okay, I know where I'm at. Man, shout out Caitlyn Clark, man. That's a motherfucking broke, man.
So Wayne was in Desmond's, Iowa. I hope I said that right, because y'all be on me, man. Lovely, lovely city. I had the pleasure of going there for Caitlyn Clark retirement.
And this specific slight against Clark also serves as a stark, powerful reminder of the broader disrespect that women in sports, particularly in the WNBA, so often have to face. It ties directly into the ongoing difficult struggles for equitable pay, for better and safer travel conditions, and for increased recognition for their incredible athletic prowess. Think about it. When the most visible and popular star in the entire sport is treated this way, it sends a negative ripple effect throughout the entire league. It echoes the long-standing frustrations and highlights the deep-rooted systemic issues that still plague women's basketball, even despite its recent and incredible surge in popularity. The ongoing tense discussions around the WNBA's collective bargaining agreement and the very real threat of lockout only underscore these deep-seated problems. The players are becoming increasingly vocal about feeling profoundly undervalued by team owners, citing a stark, almost insulting contrast between their immense contributions to the league's growth and the financial compensation they actually receive. So, this number change, you see, isn't just an isolated incident. It's another data point in a much larger narrative of perceived disregard for the true worth of female athletes. The players, as many have argued, are tired of the constant exhausting negotiation battles and are ready to stand firm for what they know they deserve. Demands for contracts in the 1 to 2 million range, while still incredibly modest compared to their male counterparts, are seen as absolutely fair given the value they bring. The sentiment is crystal clear. The owners are being disrespectful. And when this climate of disrespect already exists, an action like forcing a global superstar to change her iconic number just adds a massive amount of fuel to an already simmering fire of frustration. Now, it's true that Caitlyn Clark isn't the only WNBA star to proudly don a number. Wilson, a phenomenal talent and a respected veteran, also wears it, as do other great players like Cameron Brink and the legendary Sheryl Swoop. This fact has historically sparked conversations about how such high-profile players might one day share the number, especially in an all-star game scenario. But here's the key. The discussion always revolved around who would graciously defer, never about stripping one of the game's biggest names of her signature digits, without any clear precedent. The previous year, this potential number conflict between Clark and Wilson for an all-star spot was conveniently circumvented when Clark didn't play due to an injury. This meant the hypothetical situation of them sharing or deciding on the number never fully materialized, leaving the question hanging in the air. Now, it appears USA Basketball has preemptively solved the problem in a way that many perceive as entirely one-sided, pushing Clark into a new number without the apparent need for such a drastic and controversial measure. Beyond Wilson, other notable players like Cameron Brink and Sheryl Swoops are also known for wearing number 22, which adds to its storied history in women's basketball. Each of these players carries their own legacy with the number. However, none of them have achieved the immediate universal recognition and cultural penetration that Caitlyn Clark has brought to the number 22 in such an incredibly short span of time, making the decision to force her to change particularly jarring to witness. Interestingly, the conversation also briefly touched on Sheryl Swoops, noting her recent quietness in the public sphere. While this isn't directly related to Clark's number change, it subtly hints at the broader landscape of player dynamics and recognition within the WA. The focus, however, very quickly pivots back to the immediate and pressing issue of Clark's controversial number reassignment, reinforcing its central importance in this entire unfolding drama. Then the official roster list for the USA Basketball Training Camp finally dropped, providing the concrete, undeniable evidence of the number swap. And there it was, plain as day for the world to see Caitlin Clark listed with number. The confirmation only cemented the initial reports, leaving absolutely no room for doubt about the forced change. This official release validated the fears of many fans who had hoped the initial articles might have been speculative or premature, adding yet another layer to the narrative. Players like Angel Rhea are listed with their familiar numbers, indicating that not every player was forced to face such a dramatic change. This contrast further highlights the unique and frankly strange situation Clark finds herself in, making the decision feel even more targeted. This isn't some universal mandate being applied across the board. It's a specific redirection for the one player who is currently commanding the most attention. In fascinating footage unearthed from 2017, showing a much younger Caitlin Clark playing high school basketball, it's revealed she was wearing number 11. But while she has worn different numbers in her journey, number 22 is undeniably the one she made iconic at the collegiate and professional levels. This bit of historical context doesn't diminish the impact of the current decision at all. Instead, it underscores a profound attachment and powerful identity she has built around the now forbidden number. In stark contrast to USA Basketball's perplexing decision, hip-hop legend Lil Wayne recently sang Caitlin Clark's praises, expressing his deep admiration and familiarity with her massive impact. During a visit to Des Moines, Iowa, he spoke glowingly of Clark, acknowledging her undeniable star power. This powerful endorsement from a massive cultural icon completely outside the world of basketball highlights the universal appeal Clark commands, an appeal that USA Basketball seemingly struggles to fully embrace. The irony here is just palpable. A rap icon like Lil Wayne instantly recognizes the monumental influence and household name status of Caitlin Clark. Yet the national governing body for her own sport appears to be making choices that actively undermine her established brand. It raises serious questions about who truly understands the pulse of the sport and the players who are driving its unprecedented growth. The contrast between the outside recognition and the internal decisions could not be more glaring. This forced number change is so much more than a logistical detail. It's a symbolic act that speaks volumes about power, respect, and the future of women's basketball.